Welcome back to Travel Partner Official. Today, I set out on a wild challenge. Can you get a real meal for just $1 in 7 different countries? From Bangkok's bustling streets to Cairo's ancient markets, I searched for hidden gems and local secrets, all on a shoestring budget. Each country brought a new test and a fresh perspective on what a dollar can buy. I'll show you every meal, how I found it, and if it was actually any good. Let's kick off this global food adventure. First stop, Thailand. Bangkok, Thailand, a city that never seems to sleep, where the air is thick with the scent of sizzling street food and the energy of millions of people weaving through the chaos. It's a place where every corner promises a new adventure, and every meal tells a story. The challenge begins. Find a full meal for just 35 baht, $1. In a city famous for its food, could I really eat well for so little? With a single coin in my pocket, I set out to see if the rumors of cheap, delicious eats were true. I expected it to be easy, but most street food was just out of reach, 40 or 50 baht. The prices had crept up and my confidence started to fade as I passed stall after stall, each one just a bit too expensive for my tight budget. After an hour wandering far from tourist spots, weaving through back streets and dodging motorbikes, I was about to give up. The midday heat was relentless and my stomach was starting to grumble. It felt like the city was testing my resolve. Then, in a tiny alley barely wide enough for 2 people, I found a cart run by an elderly woman. No English signs, just a handwritten price, 35 baht. It was almost hidden, tucked between laundry lines and parked scooters, as if waiting for someone determined enough to find it. I took a chance, ordered, and watched her work magic at the wok. Noodles, tofu, bean sprouts, sauce, all sizzling together. Her hands moved with practiced grace, tossing ingredients in a dance of steam and flame. The aroma was intoxicating, drawing a small crowd of locals who clearly knew this was the spot. In minutes, she handed me a steaming plate of pad thai, a huge portion for just $1. The noodles glistened, piled high and topped with a sprinkle of fresh herbs and a wedge of lime. It looked like a feast, not a budget meal. Sitting on a plastic stool, I took my first bite. Sweet, sour, salty, a little spicy, with crispy tofu and fresh peanuts. The flavors exploded in my mouth, perfectly balanced and deeply satisfying. It was the kind of meal that makes you close your eyes and savor every bite, forgetting the world around you. It was one of the best pad thais I've ever had, and the value was unreal. I couldn't believe that for just a single $1, I was eating something this good. It was a reminder that sometimes the simplest meals are the most memorable. This wasn't just a meal, it was a true taste of local life. Surrounded by regulars chatting in Thai, I felt like I'd stumbled into a secret world, one that tourists rarely see. The laughter, the clatter of chopsticks, the sense of community, it was all part of the experience. The generosity and flavor set the bar high for the rest of the trip. Thailand, you absolutely delivered. The woman's smile as she served me was as warm as the food itself, and I left feeling grateful for her kindness and skill. 1 country down, and the challenge is off to an incredible start. I marked Thailand off my map, already dreaming of the next culinary adventure. Sometimes the best food is hidden in the most unexpected places. It's the thrill of discovery that makes travel so rewarding, knowing that a simple alleyway can hold a world-class meal. This is why I travel. Next up, India, a new country, a new challenge, and a whole new world of flavors to explore. Let's see if the streak continues. Will I find another miracle meal for just $1? The excitement is real, the adventure is just getting started, and I can't wait to see what's waiting around the next corner. Delhi, India. 80 rupees is my $1 target. In a city where every corner bursts with color, sound, and the aroma of spices, I set out to discover just how far a single dollar could take me. The challenge? Find a meal that's not just cheap, but truly satisfying. I dove into Chandni Chowk, a legendary market that's been feeding Delhi for centuries. It's a maze of food stalls, rickshaws, and endless chaos, where every step brings a new temptation. Sizzling pans, shouting vendors, and the constant jostle of hungry crowds. Most snacks were cheap, samosas, pakoras, jalebis, but I wanted more than just bites. I was searching for a full meal, something that would fill me up and give me a true taste of Delhi's street food culture. After weaving through the crowd and getting lost in the sea of people, I let my nose guide me. The scent of toasted spices and simmering curries led me to a packed stall where locals crowded around, eager for their next bite. Here, I found chole kulche, spicy chickpea curry paired with fluffy, freshly baked bread. The sign read, 70 rupees, well within my budget. And the line of locals told me I'd found something special. I ordered, and for less than $1, I received a generous bowl of chole, 2 warm kulche, crisp onions, and a wedge of lime. It was a plate piled high, promising both flavor and satisfaction. The first bite was an explosion. Rich, spicy curry, the tang of fresh lime, and pillowy bread to soak it all up. Each mouthful was a celebration of flavor, heat, and texture. This was real Delhi street food, filling, authentic, and made to be enjoyed shoulder to shoulder with locals. It was more than a meal, it was an experience. Eating among locals, I felt the pulse of the city. The energy, the laughter, the shared love of food. It all came together in that moment. India matched Thailand's value with a flavor bomb. 2 countries, 2 wins, each with its own unique take on street food, both delivering big on taste and experience. The challenge is alive and well. With every country, the adventure grows, and my appetite for discovery only gets bigger. Next, let's see what breakfast looks like for $1 in Egypt. The journey continues. Onward! Cairo, Egypt, 30 Egyptian pounds for breakfast. That's less than a single US dollar, and yet it opens the door to a world of flavors and tradition that you simply can't find in any tourist restaurant. Instead of heading to the usual tourist hotspots, I wandered into a bustling local neighborhood and discovered a tiny bakery known as A Fern. The line of locals outside told me everything I needed to know. This was the real deal, a place where Egyptians start their day. For just 25 pounds, I was handed a bag filled with 10 piping hot Aish baladi breads, 2 creamy triangles of cheese, and a generous pot of thick black honey molasses. It was a breakfast that looked simple but felt like a celebration of Egyptian heritage. Spread out on a table, this was a true feast for less than $1. The sheer abundance and freshness of the food was astonishing, especially for such a small price. Sitting on a sun-warmed bench, I tore into the warm, rustic bread, spread it with creamy cheese, and drizzled over the dark, fragrant honey. Each bite was a perfect harmony of salty, sweet, and earthy flavors, a taste of Egypt's soul in every mouthful. This breakfast was simple, filling, and deeply traditional, exactly how locals fuel up for the day ahead. There's a sense of community in sharing these humble meals, and it's easy to see why this tradition endures. The generosity was incredible. This meal could easily feed 3 people, and no one would leave hungry. It's a reminder that abundance doesn't have to be expensive. Egypt showed me that the most humble food can be the most unforgettable. Sometimes the simplest meals are the ones that linger in your memory the longest. 3 countries, 3 amazing meals, each one unique, but all united by the joy of eating well for just $1. The $1 challenge is proving to be a global adventure and a delicious success so far. Next stop, the vibrant streets of Mexico City. Can I score a real meal for $1 in one of the world's best food cities? Let's find out together. The adventure rolls on, so stay tuned for the next bite. Mexico City. 20 pesos is my dollar budget, and tacos are the goal. I searched for street-side tacos al pastor, but most were too expensive. Finally, I found a stand selling them for 10 pesos each. For 20 pesos, I got 2 tacos, loaded with marinated pork, pineapple, and unlimited toppings. Salsa, onions, cilantro, lime. The taquero's skill was mesmerizing, and the flavors were unreal. Smoky pork, sweet pineapple, spicy salsa. This was a full meal, not just a snack. Eating on the sidewalk, surrounded by city sounds, I felt the heart of Mexico. For $1, I got a world-class taco experience. 4 countries, 4 wins. The diversity of $1 meals is mind-blowing. Next, Vietnam. Can I find a legendary banh mi for $1? Let's keep going. The challenge is heating up. Don't blink. More food adventures ahead. Let's roll. Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. 23,000 dong is my dollar. My mission, find a banh mi for under $1. Tourist areas were too pricey, so I ventured into local neighborhoods. There, I found a humble cart selling banh mi thit for 20,000 dong. The vendor built my sandwich with pate, pork, pickled veggies, cilantro, cucumber, chili, and soy sauce. The baguette was crispy outside, soft inside, a perfect French-Vietnamese fusion. The first bite was magic savory, tangy, fresh, spicy, and umami all at once. It was a full, satisfying meal for less than $1. Vietnam, you're a legend for street food. 5 countries, 5 incredible meals. The best food isn't always expensive, it's made with care and tradition. Next up, Istanbul, Turkey. Can I keep the streak alive? Let's find out. The journey continues. Istanbul, Turkey, 18. Lira is my dollar. Kebabs were out of reach, so I went for a classic simit, the sesame-crusted Turkish bread. One simit cost 5 lira, but I needed more for a meal. I bought cheese and olives from a market stall, spending exactly 18 lira. Sitting by the Bosphorus, I broke simit, paired it with salty cheese and briny olives. The flavors were simple, authentic, and deeply satisfying. This was a true taste of Turkish street life. Not a hot meal, but a perfect filling combo for $1. 6 countries, 6 wins. The power of local food is real. 1 country left, Indonesia. Can I finish the challenge undefeated? Let's go for 7. The final test awaits. Here we go. Bali, Indonesia, 15,000 rupiah is my dollar. I wanted a classic dinner. Nasi goreng, Indonesian fried rice. Tourist spots were too expensive, so I searched deeper into local neighborhoods. Finally, I found a tiny warung selling nasi goreng biasa for 14,000 rupiah. The owner cooked it fresh. Garlic, chili, sweet soy, chicken, veggies, topped with a fried egg and prawn crackers. The plate was huge, the flavors rich and comforting. For $1, I got a meal that tasted like home cooking. 7 countries, 7 meals, all for $1 each. This journey proved that generosity and great food exist everywhere. The challenge is complete. If you loved this adventure, hit subscribe for more wild travel challenges. Thanks for joining me on this global food quest. More insane ideas are coming soon. Stay hungry for adventure. See you in the next country. I'm sitting here full from my Indonesian dinner and honestly amazed. 7 countries, 7 $1 meals, mission accomplished. This journey showed that travel and great food don't have to be expensive. Huge thanks to the incredible people who made these meals possible. Subscribe for more adventures and let me know which country's meal you'd try first.